Hey at home, I'm Whitney and welcome back to Home Bar. Today we are going to be doing a fairly quick and chill bar practice that is focusing on hip mobility. So it is all standing at the bar today. So grab a chair. I'm going to be using this funky little bench in the park and that's all you'll need. So let's get to it. All right, so just grab your chair, bar, whatever that is at home. You're going to start with your feet parallel, so that is toes pointing forward. Then keep your heels connected as you find your first position. So making a V shape with your feet. We don't want to feel any stress on the hip joints, so you're not over turning it out, just what feels natural. Nice and tall, lengthen up, pull the abdominals in, and then you're gonna extend your right leg forward, keeping this leg straight. Then you're gonna exhale, lift the leg, and drop. So point those toes. You're keeping the hips square and the spine is long, so you're not going into any flexion. 3 more. 2. Now you're gonna keep the leg up, and then you're gonna bend in. So this is called attitude in ballet. So you're turning out from the hip joint, knees going to the diagonal, ankle is saying hi to the ceiling, and then you're gonna stretch in and stretch. So right now, this is a bit more leg strength, keeping those abs in, but we're gonna go into that hip mobility soon. 2 more. 1, hold it here in the attitude. Then we just drop a little and lift. Drop and lift. So stay steady, make sure you're not strangling that bar, right? We just want it there to keep our balance. 2, 1. Okay, so now from here, you're gonna take this shape out to a second position. Then we're gonna swing it back up to that attitude. So a second plie and then an attitude swing. So second plie, our knees are still going out wide, about over maybe first and second toes. Then you're gonna drag that leg up, back to that attitude, and then we come down. And then we lift up and down. Lift up. If you're feeling good here, lift your standing heel into a releve to work that standing leg a little more. 4 and 3. Good, and 2. Now we're gonna add in a little bit more movement for the hip. So you're gonna take it down. We're gonna go slow. You're gonna take it up. Then you do this full big circle back into the plie. And then around, back to the plie. So you're always centering yourself over in this plie. So you don't want one leg straight, even here. 4, 3, and then we're gonna do 2 more, then we're gonna hold it. Last one, hold it here. So now from here, we're gonna open up the front of the hip. So you're gonna lift up here, then you're gonna brush that foot on the floor in between. Then you go to back attitude. So you are still keeping the hip square. You're squeezing into the glute. Knee is pointing out to the side, not straight down. So just make sure you're not here. You're turning out, yeah? Then we're gonna take a little flow. So you're gonna go forward and back, forward and back. So be loosey-goosey here. Just let the hip open. 2, 1. Now you're gonna hold it here. Okay, now from here, just lower lift right here. Lower lift. Keep the hips square. And we go 4, 3. Stay tall. 1. Now we're gonna take a slight little change. So you're gonna take your forearm down onto this bar. You're gonna lean down. I find I have a bit more range of motion if I go a little farther away. So now you're gonna really lean. This leg is gonna be to the side. You're gonna exhale, bring that knee forward, and then kick it back. Forward and back. Good. Keep it going here. So full range of motion. 3, go until that glute stops you. 2, 1, hold it here just at the side, and we take a little lower lift. Lower lift. Squeezing into that outer thigh, and we go 4, 3, 2, 1. Then we're gonna do a nice big circle. We're gonna do 8 each way. So this is really good for that hip mobility. Like you're flossing out that hip joint. 3, 2, 1. Then we just reverse. If you feel any popping, even if it's not painful, if there's a popping, just make that range of motion smaller. Means you're overworking something there. 2, 1. Okay, and then from here, we're gonna extend that leg out. You're gonna extend the arm out for the end. We take this nice little side stretch, lift it up, down, and up. If you want, you can straighten that standing leg now. 4, 3, 2, 1. And then we're gonna take a nice stretch. So cross that outside ankle over the inside ankle. Press your hips out to the center, and then stretch the arm up and in. Keep the hips square and open the chest. Even look up towards the ceiling past the arm if you can. One more breath. Okay, and then we're gonna flip it to the other leg. My fancy chair moves, so let's just take it over to here. Yes, okay. Then from here, once again, we're just gonna do the same thing, yeah? So we're gonna find our feet parallel to get into that first position, making that V shape. Then from here, we're gonna keep the leg straight. We're gonna keep the abs in, right? All those same principles. Extend that outside leg. And we lift and lower. Think of that length. Straight leg to begin, but you're turning out the hip joint. So knee is a bit to the diagonal, not up to the ceiling. 2, 1. Okay, now we're gonna take it in. Bend, stretch, bend, stretch. So the knee goes to the diagonal, not straight up. We're still turning out from the hip joint. We go 4, 3, 2, and 1. Then hold it here. We take that tiny little lower and lift. Again, are you strangling that bar? Don't maybe even see if you can do this without holding it for a second. It's a really good test of balance. Okay, now from here, we're gonna take it into that little plie. So first it's gonna be a slight modification, then we'll go into the full round. So you're just gonna take it down into the plie, center yourself, swing it back up, down and up. Nice and strong in that standing leg, maybe even lift the heel up into releve every time to challenge that balance a little more. 2, 1. Now we're gonna go for the bigger range of motion. So you're gonna go all the way into the circle, back in and around, back in. So always coming nice and deep in that plie, centering yourself, but keeping shoulders over hips. So you're not sticking the booty out. It's not a squat. 2 more. And 1. Okay, then we come back and then we're gonna do that hip opener. So we're gonna go forward, back, loosey-goosey. Open the hip flexor and then squeeze into the glute at the back. 3, 2, 1. We're gonna hold it in the back attitude. So again, knee is not down, it is out to the side, keeping the hips square. And then you're just gonna take a little lift and lower here. Opening up the front of the hip now. 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, then from here, you're gonna come down into the forearm. We're gonna get a little bigger range of motion. So you're gonna exhale, take it forward and back, and forward and back. Make sure you're not sinking in that shoulder, by the way. So nice and tall, lifting from the side body. 2, 1. Okay, then we're gonna again take it down, squeeze up, down, and squeeze. Keep thinking of length. 4, 3, 2. Now we're gonna do that circle. Again, think of like flossing out the hip joint, really big circle, getting every little part of that joint. 2, 1. All right, then extend the leg, extend the arm, and we just take that nice little reach, stretch, and up, down, and lift. We're almost there, just 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, great. Now from here, we're just going to take that stretch one more time. So come on up, cross that ankle over the inside ankle, and take that nice little stretch. Press the hip out, reach into that wall or whatever is on the other side of your bar today. Great. Then from here, let's take one more little stretch. So you're just gonna come out with both hands on your bar. Take a nice flat back. Take a little bend through the knees. And then as you extend, really press through the tailbone, lengthen through the spine. One more here, inhale. Exhale, hold for one more breath. Feel everything opening up. And then just begin to roll up one vertebrae at a time. Roll the shoulders at the top. Nice job, everyone. So that was a real simple hip mobility exercise that you can repeat, and feel free to put together with other exercises in my channel. Please let me know if you have any questions or comments. And please, if you enjoyed this channel and this class, please hit subscribe because it really supports us. See you back here next time.